Yes, sir.
Yes, Peter.
Sir, I didn't understood the second example that you sent of the last PDF.
That I sent yesterday.
Yes, sir.
Okay, don't worry. We'll do that today. Okay. The second question, second one, that was the number of characters input by the user.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. In this program, sir, you have taken some other variables, CT or CR, sir. I don't know, sir. I have a
Okay.
problem here.
All right. Now I had sent the PDF, and the PDF said, let me just open that PDF. Let me share the screen. All right. Now this is the basic structure of the program that we are normally going to use for most of our programs that we are going to do from now onwards. Okay, for most of the programs. For example, if I ask you, this question says how many A's are there in the, this question says how many A's are there in the string. That means you have to find out how many A's. That means we have one A over here and one A over here. How do we find how many A's are there? So that means we have to go from the beginning to the end of the string. We extract each character from here and check whether that character is whatever. Okay, so whatever we want to do with that character. So the basic structure of a program is going to be this. So the first line is basically the creation of the string that we want to process. Second line basically is we have created a variable called ln which contains the length of the string. So ln is equal to s dot length. Yes, there should be no problem. X is actually going to be the variable for the used for the loop. Now see how the loop is working. How the loop is working, it is starting from 0 because we know that that the letter A is actually on character 0. And what is the condition that we have written? यहाँ पे semicolon होना चाहिए था. Yeah, what is the condition that we have written? And it is less than ln. Less than ln actually means we don't want to go up to the length. If the length is 9 characters, we know that the last character is on 8. So don't you think this condition is okay? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, sir.
And every time we process, we increase the characters positions value. That means we increase x by 1. So when x is 0, for example, what happens is s dot caret x is actually going to put it into notepad plus plus. Otherwise, it's going to give me trouble. All right. So which question? Yeah, we were here. Yeah. So what is going to happen is when we say caret s dot caret x, what is going to happen is when x is
Sir,
0,
it will store the
yeah, it will store the
number
0th
zero.
character, number 0 character, that is A, will be stored in C. Okay, then whatever we want to do with C, we do it here. We want to count it, we want to change it, we want to delete it, we want to do whatever with it, we do it here. And then the loop ends over here. And then X is increased and you can change, you can, X is now 1. The character number 1 is extracted. That means L will be extracted and we can process that, whatever we want to do with it. So the basic structure of the loop is going to be this. All right. So are we okay with the basic structure of the program? Basic structure. This is not a program. It's not actually doing anything. It is not doing anything, but my each line explains what is happening. Here ln stores the length of the string. Here x goes from 0 to the last character. Here the character is extracted from position x. And then here is what you want to do, you do it here. So that means now this line is going to be replaced by something that you want to process. All right. I hope this program makes sense because this is going to be the basis of all our programs. Now, my first program. Now, my first program says find the number of A's in the string. So I want to find out how many A's are there. Now A's, that means capital A or small a, doesn't matter. I want to find number of A's in the string. So what do? I've taken a string. I've taken X as normal that I did in my basic structure also, and ln also. Ln is also there. But there is another variable called CT. What is CT basically used for? CT is a counter.
Yes, counter for the characters.
Yeah, counter for the characters. So that means, okay. So can you see that except for this particular thing, the rest of the program is almost the same as the previous one?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
So what we need to do is, I want to find the number of A's. Fine. I go from 0 to end, that is the loop starts. We extract a character. Now when the character is extracted, what do we need to do? We want to find out whether it is an A. How do we find whether it is an A? We say C, if C is equal to A or C is equal to A, that means the capital or small. Then if it is this, then we increase CT by 1. Make sense? Okay. Now please remember,
Yes, sir.
I did not write C dot equals A. Why not?
Sir, because it is in
Sir,
the C.
because C is also a character and A is also a character.
No,
Yes.
no.
Sir, because sir, C and A both are numbers, sir. It is C equals is used to match that character strings. Yes, it is primitive data type.
Yes, so this is the answer. Because C is primitive, I can use the equal to, greater than, less than, everything I can do with primitives. Am I fine? Am I right here? Is it okay?
Okay,
So
sir.
because
Yes,
C is
sir.
primitive, so I can use C is equal to. If C and A were strings, I would have written C dot equals. But because C and A are char, they are char. Don't you think? This is okay. C is also char, and this A is also char. So I can compare them with the equal to sign. So what happens if C is equal to A or C is equal to A? Then we increase the value of CT by 1. And when the loop finishes, what do? We display the value of CT. Okay, any problem here? So it says the number of A's in the string are CT. This is my first program. So does it, is there any problem here, guys? Let me see if people are raising hands for problems. Anybody? No? All right. Okay, so my first question is fixed. Now here in this question, the question does not ask for the string. It does not ask for the char. It is basically finding number of A's in alphabets. In fact, I should have changed this in a string alphabets because this is fixed. Okay. Now my next question says, okay, now I don't want to fix the strings. I want to ask the user for the string, and I want to ask the user for the character, and then I want to find out how many characters are there. So what do I do now? I basically will ask the user for both those things. So what I have done, first of all, scanner object, yes, for input. Then I have taken a string as input. I'll say string s is equal to sc dot next line. Ho gaya. Char c is equal to sc dot next line function dot char at 0. I think this you have done in the previous class also. This is how you input a character. Okay. If you don't remember, you go back to your previous notes and figure out what is happening here. I'm not going to tell you how to take input of a char here. Baki rest of the program is exactly the same.
Sir.
Yes, beta. There is a change here. Yes.
Sir,
Yes,
I
sir.
had
I
a
have a
doubt. Yes,
problem if.
the if part can also use like this, like if
Yeah.
like
Okay.
if sc dot equals to ignore and then in the bracket that character. Can we use like that as well?
Once again. Once again. Say that again.
Huh?
Your voice is breaking, beta.
Hello.
Your voice is breaking. Okay. इस प्रोग्राम में कुछ प्रॉब्लम है यहाँ पे. Okay. वहाँ पे तो we had said C is equal to capital A or small a. But how are we going to check whether it is equal to CR? See,
We will
okay,
convert
we will convert it into uppercase. How can we convert it into uppercase?
to
How can
uppercase.
to uppercase? So what we'll actually do is we'll chain it like this. So what is going to happen here is sc dot next line is going to take an input from the user as a string. To uppercase is going to convert that into capital letters, and to caret 0 will extract the first character from there.
Sir, we have to convert string also to uppercase.
Yes, of
Sir,
course.
sir, sir, I've
Once
not.
again. Once again. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, I can't. Your voice is breaking.
Sir, why are we doing that to uppercase?
Why are we doing to uppercase? If the user writes capital letters for all of these alphabets, and here the user writes a small a, don't you think it is going to cause problem? If I
If
write a
we,
small,
sir, if we do two lowercase, sir, because it is not specifically mentioned.
no, it is not specifically mentioned. Yes, it is not specifically mentioned. So what we do is we convert both of them to uppercase.
Okay.
Yeah, so the string that is entered is also actually entered in uppercase, and
Ca-
the character entered is also in uppercase. So when we compare, both are uppercase, so there is no problem.
Can we do both lowercase?
Yes, both to lowercase. Yes, why not?
Me just asking, sir. Just
Yes,
asking.
yes, we can.
Thank
Okay. Okay, so what did we do? We took the
And equals to ignore case.
we are actually using equal to. So equal to does not have any equals ignore case. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. There is another way of doing this. We will be doing after we do wrapper classes, but I don't want to bog you down with so many methods of. I mean, uske bhi 10-15 methods hain. So I don't want you to do that first. Let's finish off this, then we'll go into wrapper classes methods. Okay, so what basically we want to do? We have taken s as input as a string from the user, and it is actually in uppercase. So you can see what is happening here is what command I have given sc.nextLine function dot to uppercase. So what is going to happen is whatever the user inputs will be coming in this position now. So whatever input has been taken will be actually converted into uppercase and will be stored in S. Um,
Sir, are you typing something?
yes, I am.
Sir, it's only showing on my screen. It is only showing C is equal to CR.
you. No, sir. Sir, we are on the Blue screen.
Yeah, I think Vatsal, your net is slow today.
Sir, yes, but it is showing me full. The bar is full, but I don't know what is happening now.
Don't worry. Okay, so I have created a scanner object and I've taken an input. Let me just make everything else as a remark. The rest all is remark, and let me just display. Okay, so I have just created a scanner object. Through next line I have taken an input and I'm actually displayed it. So let's compile and run this program and see how things happen. Oh. Okay, so if I write, for example, alphabets and press enter, it displays alphabets as it is, because I have actually not changed anything over here. In the program, I have not changed anything. Whatever is input directly, it is actually stored in S. But if I actually want it in capital letters, so I will simply use the to uppercase method of string class to actually perform the action. Okay, so let's run this again. And where is the terminal window? Okay, so when I input alphabets, it actually converts the whole thing into capital letters and then stores it. Okay, so you just have to remember what command is given. You don't need to worry about how things are happening here. Okay, so main basic thing is this is actually taking input from the user and to uppercase is converting it into uppercase. Let's do the same thing with the char. So char say ct is equal to sc dot next line function. If I just say dot char at 0, it is just going to take the first letter from there and use it. Okay, so let me just display ct to you. And if I display ct, let me compile, let me run the program. Actually, we should always display something before, because otherwise the terminal window doesn't appear. So suppose I write alphabets, and if I write suppose a small a, it is taken as a small a. So that means you can see that this a that is input by the user is left out as a small letter. So we want both of them to be in capital letters. So how do we do that? We just put the dot to uppercase in between. So like this, uppercase function dot caret. So what is this going to do? It is going to take whatever you give. Whatever you give, I write A B C D E F G capital letters. I write a small a. It is also converted into capital letters. Now what is the basic purpose is the character that I input has also been converted into capital A. Why? Because all the letters in my input string are also capital letters, so comparing them would be easy. I have also converted the string that is input by the user also into capital letters. So the string and the char both are capital letters. So when they are capitals, I don't need to worry about anything now. Let me continue with the program now. So what are we going to do? This was the program. I don't want to display the string. I want to check if C that is extracted from the. Are you all with me?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
If C that is extracted from the string is equal to CT, which is actually input by the user, we are actually going to increase an accumulator by 1. So what we are going to do is I'm going to take CR as the accumulator. Okay, and when the loop finishes, I will simply display. I'll display CR. Okay, so let's run this program. You can see the entire program is exactly the same. That is this part of the program. This is part of the program is exactly the same as the basic structure that I had given. So it is basically using a length and some counter. You don't always need the counter. This loop you always need. This extraction of the character you always need. What are you going to do with the character? You will use it here. Okay, so let's run this program. Before this, I will just put I'll do this, otherwise I have to open the terminal window every time. All right. Now my terminal window is here. Enter a string. So I write A B C D A B A A B B Okay, this is my string, so it has been converted into capital letters. I write a small a which is to be counted, and it says 4. Yes, there are 4 a's in the entire string. So this is the first and this is the second a, this is the third and fourth a's. All right, does it make sense, guys? Does
Yes,
anybody
sir.
Yes,
have
sir.
any problem? Does anybody have any problem? 34 people are with me. Yes or no? No problem. Okay. What all variations could be there? Let me give you another variation now. I'll do is I'll just pass this program to you guys so that you can test it out. All right. Next question. I would want, what was the question that I had sent to you? Find the number of words in a string. Okay, find the number of words in a string. So how would you find the number of words in a string? Can anybody tell me? Yes.
Sir, first we have to count the spaces and then add one to it.
Okay, we have to count the spaces. Do I need to take input of a character here? I don't need. Can I remove this?
No, sir.
No.
I can remove this. I don't want to input a
Yes, sir, you
character.
can remove.
I can
Yes, sir,
remove it.
remove this guy.
ठीक है. Character is removed. Okay, so after the character is extracted, this part is fine. After the character is extracted, do I need a counter here? I need a counter because I want to count the number of spaces. Because let's take this particular string, enter a string and a char. How many words are there?
7.
Enter a string and a char. 6.
6, sorry.
Enter a string and a char. 6. But how many spaces do you see there?
5.
5. So this is one
5.
space. This is second space. This is third space. This is fourth space, and this is fifth space. That means you just count the number of spaces. So that means now when you come to this, if you say if c is equal to, now what do you want to do? What are you counting now?
Sir,
Spaces, no?
spaces, empty,
Spaces.
empty, that
Spaces.
apostrophe.
Yes. So I'll put a single space within single apostrophe. So can I use this, guys?
No.
No, I cannot use double quotes.
No,
Why?
sir.
Because double quotes is a,
Because it is a character and means primitive data type.
yes. C is primitive and string is composite. You cannot compare composite and so and so. So, by the way, so I'll use single apostrophe. So मेरा काम हो गया. Is it fine now? Is my answer going to be correct?
No, sir, एक add भी करना है, sir, one.
Add भी करना है. So can I write +1 here to display?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Can I start it with the 1?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
All right. चलो ठीक है. Let me test it out. Okay. I still have problems with this. Okay. All right. Let me run this program. Let me enter a string. I love programming. 3 words. So it is giving 3 words. Is that fine?
Yes.
Did I actually
Yes,
need
sir.
to convert it into uppercase?
No, sir.
No.
No, sir.
No, I don't. So can I remove that to uppercase part here?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Oh,
Yes, sir.
all right. So we don't need that. Okay, so my answer was 4 characters. I love programming. Did I say I love programming only?
Yes, sir.
3 letters, 3 words. Okay, it is showing 3. Okay, let me run this program again. Let me run this program again, and I don't enter anything. It's still giving me a 1.
So then the previous was fine, sir. Then 0 and this.
Okay. I'll take your answer. Okay, Guru says. Now,
No. It's the same thing. It's the
Sir,
same
we
thing.
can write an if condition if it is equal to 0. So, yes, sir.
now, so
Same.
Guru, this is also not going to work because if I don't write anything, this loop does not work at all, isn't it?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so what do I do now? What changes can I? First of all, is this program okay with everybody? Let's see the problems later. Is this program okay with
Yes, sir.
everybody?
Yes, sir.
Who is not okay with this program? These are the basic programs, and if you don't understand these, then you will be in trouble later on. Okay, okay. Now, how can we solve this? How can we resolve this?
Sir, what to resolve?
The resolve is if I don't enter anything, it still shows me one word. Let me run
Sir,
this program.
then
Sir,
Let me run this program again. If I run this program, I press enter without entering anything. It says one. Is there any one
sir,
word?
you can write an if condition. If that CR is equal to double equals to 1, then display 0.
Oh, okay. If I'll write if CR is double equal to 1, then
no, no, no,
display
not one greater than zero. If CR greater than zero.
greater than 0. Okay, greater than
Yes.
0. Then do
Sir,
what?
then it will.
Then do what? Increase it by 1. First of all, did you think about what is going to happen? How you are going to work on this? हुआ क्या है अगर मैंने स्ट्रिंग में कुछ डाला ही नहीं तो रिजल्ट 0 आना चाहिए नहीं
So,
how do I tell the computer okay at this point of time I have not entered anything how will I check
sir, that empty that empty what is that string scar wala, that
okay
quotes, empty quotes.
can I use ln to check
Yes, sir.
Yes,
yes
sir.
what do I do
So we
Sir,
check the
if
length of the character. If it is 0, then display
okay
0.
if the length is 0 then I actually display a 0. So that means there is nothing. So there is if there is nothing in the string, I say there is nothing. This is the length. Else I perform all this task. Make sense? अभी make sense कर देते हैं.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
What is
yes,
going to
sir.
happen is when the string is entered by the user, if the length is a 0, it simply displays a 0 because there is nothing inside the string. I will not add anything. I will not subtract anything. So this else part is never executed because the length was 0. But if I write something there, for example, let me run this program. If I write something, if I don't write anything, it displays a 0 now. See, it was displaying a 1 earlier. But if I write something, for example, if I just write a hello, it says 1 now. Okay, it displays a 1. Make sense? So what did we do
Yes,
now?
sir.
What did we do now? We actually checked whether the length is a 0 because we figured out okay when the length was 0, if nothing was entered, it was actually displaying a 1, which is not okay for us. Okay. All right. So this actually displays the number of words in the string. Okay. Suppose I want. All right. Uh, in a program, I want to find out whether a character is a vowel. Okay, I'll just use a character here. I'll remove everything from here. Okay, so let's take a character.
Can you repeat the question?
The question is whether a character is a vowel.
Okay.
Okay, for example, C is A. So how can I check whether it is a vowel?
If
Okay,
If C is equal double equals to
if C is double equal to A, E, I, O, U.
A E I O U.
Like this?
Not like this.
No sir, no sir. Sir,
No,
we
Not
have
like
sir.
this, no,
Sir,
sir.
to
we have
write
to
Separately.
use
or
an or
statement or
operator in between, then C is equal
C
to
equal
A,
to
then
A,
C
C
is equal
equal
to
to
I.
E.
Okay, okay, okay. One of you. Yes, who are speaking right now? Anusha was speaking?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Anusha, tell me.
Said an or operator.
Or operator.
C is equal to I.
Okay, A, E, I, O, U, and so on and so forth.
Yes, sir.
Right? So that means you'll have to write 5 for small a, e, I, o, u and 5 for capital A, E, I, O, U. Am I right? You are going to now?
sir you can
You
uh,
can. Okay,
Sir,
I'll give you a better solution. Okay, let me give you a better solution. Tell me what is going to happen if I write a string a, e, I, o, u, a, e, I, o, u dot contains C. What is this going to return?
false.
False.
yes
Why false? Doesn't this whole string
True.
contain an A?
It will return true.
It will return true, right? So this is going to return true to me. Why? Because actually this string A, E, I, O, U, A, E, I, O, U actually contains C, which is actually storing an A, right? Now suppose this had an X there. Will it return a true now?
No, sir.
No,
sir
sir.
false.
No, it will return a false. अब इसमें एक practical problem आ रही है. The contains actually does not take a char as input as an argument. It takes a string as argument. So we need to convert it into a string. So how do we do that? We add a string to it, so it becomes a string. So let me just put it into a condition now. This is my condition, and if I say system.out.println, yes, it is a vowel.
Uh,
Yes, beta.
so won't it check for the lowercase or uppercase?
No. Even if it is capital or lower, doesn't matter because my string contains both capital and small.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Okay. So let me quickly run this because we don't have much time. All right. Let's run this. It says yes, it's not a bubble. Why? Because it actually contained an X, I think. Yes. So if I actually store an A there and run this again, it will say yes, it is a bubble. Okay. So what I have done is I have given you a shortcut of how to find whether something is a bubble. Righto?
Yes, sir.
Yes sir.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Now let me just give you some conditions how to find whether I've given you one condition how to find whether something is a vowel. How to find whether something is an uppercase letter. So you'll write if C is greater than or equal to capital A and C is less than or equal to capital Z. This is how I check whether it is a capital letter. Righto? Yes or no?
Yes sir.
How do
It
I check
depends.
whether it is a small letter? I check like this. How do I check whether it is a number? I'll use this. How do I check whether it is a vowel? I do this. Right? How do I check whether it is a capital or small letter? I'll use both. Okay, in the if condition, I will use both. So this whole condition or this whole condition, and I'll put a small a and a small z. So I've given you various situations. If I want to count capital letters, I will do this. If I want to count small letters, I will do this. If I want to count digits, I will do this. If I want to count vowels, I will use this. If I want to count alphabets, doesn't matter capital or small, I will use this. Make sense, guys? Because I'm going to send you some programs and you are going to use these to perform the tasks. All right. So
Okay,
Okay,
sir.
sir.
now, does anybody have a question? Let's have a quick question and answer if you want. Yes? Nobody? Okay. That's why I don't like these 30-minute classes. All right. So I will send you this, and I will also send you some questions, and let me have the answers to those questions. Okay, as the next assignment. In fact, I'll send you the total assignment tomorrow, because tomorrow also we are going to do some things, and then I will send you some. Right?
Sir, when will you post the
Sir, your
holiday
voice is
homework?
breaking, sir. Can you repeat?
I will be sending you the assignment for this week tomorrow, and for the holiday homework, I think we are going to post it next week. Holiday homework.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
So when holiday homework? When?
Next week. Next week. Next week.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Thank you, guys. I'll see you tomorrow then.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Yes, sir.
Welcome, beta.